Hey guys, Brendan here, and today we're taking a look at the Papo 2018, I think, Quetzalcoatlus. Yeah, this guy was kind of a surprise when he got revealed back in 2018, because he was one of the second lineup of 2018 figures for Papo revealed. The others were the Acrocanthosaurus repaint and the Compsognathus, neither of which I looked like I was really going to buy. The Acrocanthosaurus mainly because I already had several figures of Acrocanthosaurus, and the Compsognathus just because I really didn't feel like buying that one. This guy, though, I actually did consider when I saw him, but I was kind of turned down by the $35 price tag that this guy usually hung around $30 to $40. But I did see him in the store that I mentioned in my review of the Feathered Velociraptor, which is also actually where I got the Papo Dilophosaurus way back. That was my very first Papo figure I ever reviewed. I mentioned in the Feathered Velociraptor review for Papo that I might go into a coughing fit in one of these videos. Hopefully that doesn't end up happening, but oh well. This guy is interesting, to say the least. For one thing, he's big. He's a lot bigger than he looked in the stock photos. I was expecting him to be really small, because Papo's Tupuwara, which is their other standing pterosaur, well, he's standing correctly, Dimorphodon, was really tiny, as in, from the images I saw, it could fit in your hand. This guy can, but he's definitely going to fill most of it. And that's kind of cool. This guy, Quetzalcoatlus is, unless I'm missing something, the largest pterosaur at current. I know there are others that may battle for that title, but at current, I think Quetzalcoatlus still holds largest. But it's interesting. Now, he does actually have one point of articulation, which is the beak can open. But just like that Jurassic World Pteranodon I reviewed a while back, it doesn't open very wide. And another problem is I can't really get it to stay open. And I'm really scared I'm going to end up breaking it if I try to force it. So I'm probably not going to do that. Now, unlike the Jurassic World Pteranodon, I would mourn the fact that I broke my toy, but I'd be like, oh well, at least it wasn't this guy. If I broke this guy, I'd probably be in a flood of tears and begging my dad to glue the head back on. But yeah, so I'm not going to force it. Sorry. But yeah. Now, one thing I really like about this guy is the pose. I just really like how this thing looks. I mean, standing pterosaur toys in general are not very common, which they really should be more common, because they are, just practicality-wise, they are way easier to keep on a shelf, just because this takes up a lot less space than if this guy's wings were to be out. Just, my safari pterosaurs, my four flying ones, are really difficult to keep on a shelf. The only one that can stay up there decently well is the original Pteranodon, because it has bendable wings, but the other three don't, so they're kind of hard to keep up there. Unfortunately, there is some things I don't really like about this guy, and one of the big things I don't like is the shrink wrapping on this guy, because the fenestra are visible, and you can see his vertebra. This is a pterosaur that has been underfed. You should be ashamed, Papo. But they did give it pinka fibers. I'll give them that. And they actually gave it a really extensive coating of them, because their first two pterosaurs were both naked, and their Dimorphodon only had like a little scruff of them on the neck. Whereas this guy is fully coated, which is nice. It's nice to finally get a pterosaur that's accurately coated. And I really like the color scheme on this guy. It's kind of subdued. Mostly grayish tan with this blue and then this bright red on the crest, which is really nice. However, there is one thing about the color scheme I don't like, and I don't know how well you'll be able to see it on this camera, but he has these weird purple veins running down his wings. It's really odd, and I don't really like it, and I don't really get why that's there. But it's a small thing, and I suppose if you were skilled at it, you could just paint over those. So if you're a fan of standing pterosaur figures, I definitely get this guy. He's not on the level of, say, some of Collecta's recent standing pterosaurs, but this guy is a pretty nice little guy. He is a little expensive, as I mentioned, but whatever you feel like buying.